Good morning, Himanshu. Good morning, Sriraman. Good morning, Kavi. Good morning, Srinivasan. Kirti Chandana, Aditya. Okay, Srinivasan. And good morning, Kundala Daimari, Kavya, Prajwal, Satya, Himanshu, Sanidhya, Legend, Sukanya, Pinky, Vinod, Shiva, Vani Talks, Dilkush, Sharon, Gangadhar, Sanatoy, Sharon. Very good morning. So, shall we start the today's analysis? Are you ready to give answers? Good morning, Sharon. Are you ready to give answers? Everyone. So, in this session, we are going to discuss current affairs of 14th September 2023. And this analysis is useful for your UPSC and if you are preparing for any other competitive examination and even for state service public examinations also, this will be very important. Okay, so focus on current affairs. So, if you have good command on current affairs, clearing prelims will be very easy. Okay, don't skip current affairs and don't feel bored while you are reading newspaper because current affairs will be very interesting if you are connecting your current affairs with your static syllabus. So this is the way of studying your current affairs. Don't read isolatedly regarding this current affairs. Okay. Okay, Kavi. Yes. Let us see the first topic. So this topic it is about Nifah cases rises to 5 in Kerala, 789 contacts kept under watch. So this article is important and even in our editorial session, in one lead article which talked about this Nifah virus, so there we are going to see in detail regarding this Nifah virus. So already in our yesterday's class we discussed some basics regarding so how this Nifah virus is spreaded, transmitted and some important facts and even we saw one question that is prelims related question to understand how questions will be asked in UPSC. Correct? But here in this today's analysis we are going to see one different and interesting point, that is what is the impact of this Nifah virus on society and how it is going to impact healthcare system and even how it is going to impact agriculture and how it is going to impact economy. So everything we are going to see, that is from our editorial point of view. Is it clear? And your work it is to see some basic facts regarding this Nifah virus. So I want to ask one question. So this Nifah virus first outbreak is seen in which country? In yesterday's lecture we studied, right? So please let me know in which country the first outbreak of this Nifah virus is seen. Yes, very good Charan, Malaysia, good Srinivasan, Vani Talks, Satya. Yes, Kirti, very good. So yes, in Malaysia and Singapore we saw the first and second outbreaks of this Nifah virus. Because you can get a question in your state public service examination regarding this first outbreak. So because of that I am stressing on that point. And next article in this first page here you have to see is special session to discuss Parliament 75 years journey and they are going to take up some important bills. So here you have to focus on this special session of Parliament. So whether this special session of Parliament is present in our constitution or not. I think many times you have gone through your Lakshmikant book. Have you come across the special session anywhere? So normally in sessions we will be saying budget session, monsoon session and winter session, that is BMW. But we didn't come across this type of special session or Lakshmikant, correct? So here, yes, special session will be presided by our president. Yes, very good, Srinivasan. So here you have to see some basic facts regarding this special session and how this special session is convened. So what is the process? there is a chance of getting question in your prelims regarding this special session, and we are going to see this article in detail. And next you can see this image. So what is this image depicting here? Any idea? Yes, very good, Kavi. We have 3 types of sessions. Yes, Hannah. Yes, tell me what is this image is depicting? Yes, it is depicting about floods. Not accident, Kavya. Yes, it is about Libya floods. So here you have to see what are the reasons for this Libya floods. So what are the reasons? So in our yesterday's lecture we studied about floods happened in this Libya, and we saw some facts regarding Libya, map of Libya, everything. So now we are going to see what are the possible reasons for these floods. So these reasons will be important from your geography point of view, and even this topic you can connect with our disaster management. Okay, so in disaster management we have to focus on what are the steps can be taken after once disaster had happened, like post disaster response. Okay, so those things that you have to see. Not exactly because of earthquake, Hannah. Because of heavy rainfall, because of floods that happen. That too, we have to see concept of flash floods. So flash floods happened in this Libya. So we have to focus on this issue called as flash floods. So this flash floods concept is important from your geography, and there is a high chances of getting question regarding this flash floods, because India also, not only in Libya, in India also we can experience this flash floods in northern part of India, and even Mumbai. Every year in Mumbai we can see this incidence of flash floods. Okay, is it clear? So let us see these topics in detail. So first let us complete this first page, and later on we are going to see other important articles in our Hindu newspaper. So here below this image, so there is something written and you have to see that. So damaged cars lie in a heap in the coastal city of Derna in Libya. In Libya, because of damage of 2 dams, because of brokening of 2 dams, especially in this area called as Derna. So you can get a question here like you have to see which are the correct pairs, and they will be giving the city and country. Derna in Libya. Sometimes UPSC confuse you like Derna in South Africa. So like that it will be interchanging the names of countries, and here you have to focus that this Derna city is located in Libya. Or else you can get one more type of question here, that is Derna is in news. Why? Because of flash floods. So in this way also you can get question in your UPSC prelims. So nowadays only UPSC is asking like ABCD questions and this type of correct pairs also. So in this context, yes, you have to remember the city and where it is located and why it is in news. So these 3 are very important things. Okay. So it mainly affected by storm and flash floods. So because of this disaster, more than 5,100 people they lost their life. That means it is a very large extent. Okay, it is a devastating flood, I can say. So let us see here some details regarding this storm. So the name of storm given is Daniel. So the Mediterranean storm Daniel has caused devastating flash floods, and it impacted large parts of Libya in North Africa. So in yesterday's class we studied where this Libya is exactly located, and we studied that this Libya has a boundary with Mediterranean Sea. And because of this storm which originated in this Mediterranean Sea, that led to heavy rainfall and further led to flash floods. And because of this flash floods, 2 river dams they had been cut off. So because of that, that led to wide range of devastation in this city of Derna. Okay, and what happened in this event? About 440 millimeters, about 15.7 inches of rain, which happened in this East Libya in a very short span. So, because of this, what happened? Because of this heavy rainfall, what are the infrastructure which is present in this area, which is not much resilient to this rainfall, and that led to the failure of dam. So in dam normally we will be storing water. So if dam is collapsed, it means the whatever we stored in this dam, that will be coming outside with a heavy force. That will lead to devastating impact on lives and as well as property. Is it clear so far? And here you can see this infographic. In this infographic, this is Libya, right? And here we have this Derna city, and this is Mediterranean Sea. So cities and towns most are affected by flooding, and even oil ports are subjected to temporary closure in this Libya as of now. And there are about more than 5,100 people, they got dead, they lost their life in this devastating floods. Okay, and one more thing here is you have to see map. So whenever you are seeing map, you have to focus on especially like countries through which equator is passing, through which tropic of Cancer is passing, and through which tropic of Capricorn is passing, and you have to make a list of those countries. Because earlier already UPSC asked a question regarding which of the following countries through which equator is passing. Okay, legend. Shakti asks one question: what is the geographical name? 3 sides surrounding land and 1 side sea. In India, 3 sides sea, so we call it as peninsula. So I will tell you about this flash floods. So if you see, whenever land which is covering by water on all sides, it is called as island. So whenever if there is any land which is covered by land, okay, on one side and water on 3 sides, it is called as peninsula. So India called as a peninsula or peninsular India because water is covered by the 3 sides, only land is present on one side. Okay. So here you have to see what is the meaning of flash floods. So if you see flash floods here, it is nothing but like a natural disaster. So already we studied about different disasters like floods, earthquakes, volcanoes, right? So in the same way, this flash flood, it is also one of the disaster, and it is causing great harm and endanger to human lives. And in this flash floods, we can see localized flooding. That means within a limited area, we can see there will be heavy or huge rainfall. So because of this huge rainfall, what happens? That will leads to flooding. Flooding, that too in local area. And this one is, they typically result from heavy rains, particularly in locations where we have the poor drainage system. That means whenever we are getting heavy rainfall, if we are having the like any passages or if you are having the wetlands, so that excess water will be absorbed by this. But if there is no proper drainage system, what happens? So even we are getting less rainfall, that will lead to floods. So it is one important reason for this urban floods also. And even whenever there is increased concretization, that means whenever we are increasing of laying of roads, etc., so the land which is available for the absorbing of excess water will be decreased. So it is also one important reason for this flash floods. And next one is levee or any dam failure is happened, means that will also lead to releasing of lot of amount of water. So because of this release of lot of amount of water, that will also leads to floods. Is it clear? And here we have to see why did floods affect this Libyan region adversely. So because of climate change, the first reason here is because of climate change, unprecedented reasons that we are seeing here. Unprecedented weather we are seeing. So because of that, what happened, there is low pressure which intensified into hurricane in this Mediterranean Sea. So because of this, that led to storm. So because of this storm, that led to heavy or huge rainfall. So this is the first important reason. And next one here is potential conflict and vulnerability. So the ongoing potential conflict in Libya, which also made more difficult to respond to this catastrophe. So actually Africa is facing one important problem, that is political instability. So because of this, especially Western African countries like Niger, Mali, so they are facing this military coups, right? So in the same way, political instability is also seen in this region of Libya. So because of this, the present government is not able to control the situation. So that is one important reason for the adverse impact, that is increased impact on people and lives. And this one is even because of dam collapse. So two dams which are present very close to this Derna, so they had been collapsed. Because of this, that led to this devastation. So these are the three important things that you have to remember. Okay. And now let us see this topic regarding special session. So anyone has any idea regarding this special session? Any idea? And this topic is important from your polity, which comes under your GS paper 2. And there is a chance of getting prelims question from this topic. So you have to be prepared with this special session. So here context says that ending the suspense on agenda of special session of parliament. So till now we know that only the special session will be conducted soon. But we don't know what are the things that they are going to discuss in this special session. So one important point which revealed here is we are going to see highlights of 75 years of our parliament journey. So this is the one important thing that is going to be discussed on the first day of this session. And if you see some details regarding how parliament session is convened, so this topic is at most important from your prelims. So you have to see the steps in this parliament session convention. So convene means nothing but to start, or we can say to assemble. The meaning of this convene is to start or to assemble. So the power to convene a session of parliament is rest with the government. Okay. To power to start. Okay. So first one is the power to convene a session of parliament is rest with government. And here this government can be replaced by president. So in this way here UPSC can play a game with you. So you have to be very careful. So here the power to convene a session of parliament is rest with government. And the decision is taken by cabinet committee on parliamentary affairs. So here also UPSC can play a game here and it can change the different committee here. So this decision will be taken by cabinet committee on parliamentary affairs. And who are the current members? So we have 9 current members of this committee, including defense, home and finance and as well as law ministry. And one more thing here is the decision of this committee is formalized by president. So who will formalize this decision of this committee? So committee decision will be formalized by this president, in whose name MPs are summoned to meet for the session. So this is about the process of convening of parliamentary session. And next one here is what is the special session of parliament? So actually in our constitution nowhere it has been mentioned about this special session. So in our constitution nowhere there is no mention of this special session. And this term which refers to sessions the government has convened for specific occasions. For example, if there is any urgent public importance, or if there is urgently we have to come up with a discussion regarding any national milestones or parliamentary milestones, so they will come up with this special sessions. And for the two houses, so here both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, they have to be in session, and here presiding officers, they have to chair this proceedings. So who is the presiding officer of Lok Sabha and who is the presiding officer of Rajya Sabha? Yes, tell me, who is the presiding officers of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? Yes, speaker in LS, very good. And chairman in Rajya Sabha. So who is the chairman normally? Who is the chairman of Rajya Sabha? Chairman is nothing but vice president. Vice president has ex officio power. That is, who your vice president is, vice president shall be acting as chairman of Rajya Sabha. Yes, very good, very good. And the presiding officers, they can also direct that the proceedings of their respective houses would be limited, and procedure like question hour would be available to MPs during the session. So one more prelims regarding fact here is, in this special sessions there will be no question hour. So already we discussed about this question hour and this special session in our earlier class, that there will be no conducting of question hour. So normally in our budget session or winter session, so we will be having question hour, right? So first hour is question hour. So in that question hour, so here members of parliament, they will be asking starred questions or unstarred questions. Okay, but here in this special session there will be no question hour. So this is very important prelims fact. And this one is, constitution does not explicitly mention about this special session, but one important article, that is article 352. So article 352, what it says, it is about emergency provision, right? So here we have article 352, article 356 and article 360. Article 352 talks about national emergency. Article 356 talks about president's rule. It is also called as state emergency. And article 360 talks about financial emergency. So this article 352, which says that the proclamation of emergency does make a reference to a special sitting of house. Is it clear? So there is no word in our constitution says about this special session. But this article 352 talks about this emergency or proclamation of emergency, which says there is something reference to this special sitting of house. And parliament added the part relating to this special sitting through the Constitutional Amendment Act, that is 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So if you, 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. So you can see there were number of changes to our constitution which happened through 42nd and 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. And your homework is, you have to see what are the important changes that we made to our constitution by this 42nd and 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. So you have to do this work because it is very much important. Okay, is it clear? Yes, this 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act is also called as mini constitution. Very good, Santoy. Yes, Srinivasan. Because lot of changes are made to our constitution through this 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. No, there will be no joint sitting for this special session, Sandeep. Okay, so this is about the special session. And now let us see next topic. It is about the complex path to biofuel sustainability. So here you have to focus on this word that is biofuel. Let me know what is the meaning of biofuel. No, both in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha Vani talks. Yes, tell me what is the meaning of biofuels? Yes, natural gas, okay, that is one example, but I am asking meaning. Fuels without fossil fuels, natural gas, fuel made from renewable sources, derived from biomass, fuel that is derived from biomass, that is plant or algae material or animal waste. Yes, bio means living. So we are making the fuels from these living things. Okay, like plants, algae, animal waste and plant waste, etc. That comes are biofuels. So can you tell me how many generations of biofuels are there? So how many types or how many generations of biofuels? Yes, very good. It is 4 Aditya legend. Very good. Prashant and Prasad, Santoi. So we have 4 generations and you have to see what are the differences between one generation to another generation. And here you have to see recently in G20 also we came up with one important update regarding use of biofuels. So why we need to use this biofuels? So what is the need? So what is the need of using of biofuels? Yes, tell me, I will jot down the points here. What is the need? Yes, we can control pollution. Yes, we can achieve carbon neutrality or net zero. We can reduce emissions, very good. Yes, we can also increase sustainability. Wealth from waste, very good, Santhya. Wealth from waste. Actually, we can decrease our import bill. We can save our forex reserves. And even we can reduce dependence on foreign countries. Cost effective and cheap. And even we can control inflation in market. We can increase income of farmers. So these are some important advantages of using of biofuels. Yes, we can also focus on waste management. Is it clear? Are you getting points? Yes, it will be also helpful for self-reliance. Very good, Kavya. Yes, so these are the points that you have to remember regarding why we need to use this biofuels, and if you want you can make a screenshot of that or you can jot down the points. So these are very important and you have to understand that thing. And next, if you see this sustainability in this biofuel, so what exactly are these biofuels? So biofuels, they are the fuel which is derived from biomass of plants or animal waste. So from where we are producing these biofuels? For example, we can use corn, sugarcane, animal waste like cow dung. So we are using this animal waste and as well as biomass of plants, and we are generating this biofuels. So this biofuels comes under renewable energy. So now we are talking that we have to move or we have to transit from non-renewable energy sources towards renewable energy sources, right? So here we have an option, that is biofuels. And these comes under renewable energy as its sources are renewable, unlike the fossil fuels. For example, we are using bioethanol, natural gas, biodiesel, etc. Right? So now we are also talking about the concept of blending of ethanol. We are also talking about target of blending of ethanol with petrol. So what is the percentage here? We have to blend 20%. But if you see other country like Brazil, they have a target of 85% of ethanol in petrol. But we have only 20% as of now because we do not have that much advanced technology to run vehicles. Is it clear? Are you connecting the points? If you have doubts, please post in the chat box. And recently in G20 summit, we came up with this global biofuel alliance. So actually this is the second such type of alliance which is came up by India. So what is the first alliance? So which is the first alliance came up by India, which is focusing on renewable energy? Yes, tell me fast if you have any idea regarding the first alliance came by India. Any guess at least? Try your luck. Anyone? So which is the first alliance came up by India regarding this renewable energy? Yes, very good. That is International Solar Alliance. Yes, very good. Vani Talks gave the first answer, that is Solar Alliance. Yes, Aditya, Kritika. And the second such alliance here is Global Biofuel Alliance. So we came up in this G20. So here this alliance which established by India, Brazil and US. So this ISA, International Solar Alliance, is established by which and which country? Any idea, anyone? That point is also very important. Pranish, I am talking about 80%, 85% of blending of petrol with ethanol. Yes, India and France, very good. So India and France, very good, Kritika. So it is about ISA, but here this Global Biofuel Alliance, it's established by India, Brazil and US. So this will be also a very important prelims question. And the target here is to come up with 85%. Okay, so actually these three countries, they contribute 85% of global ethanol production. So because of this, these three countries, they came together and they formed this alliance, that is Global Biofuel Alliance. And it will be international platform, and in this platform they can share their best practices. Okay, they can share their best practices. So in this way we can promote sustainable biofuel development and even enhancing the application of these biofuels. And this one is it also having impact on global energy architecture, and even it will be helpful for achieving the target of our net zero. So these are some important points regarding this Global Biofuel Alliance. And now let us see different generations of biofuels. As I said, we have 4 generations. So first one is first generation, So this first generation is produced from the edible items like we are using sugar, corn, starch here. Okay, but the disadvantage here is they can emit greenhouse gases. And the second generation biofuel, it is produced from the leftover, that is from waste. Okay, from waste we are producing this second generation biofuels. We are using crops like rice husks, wood chips, and even here also we can see some amount of greenhouse gases will be released, but compared to this first generation, so this second generation is releasing less amount of greenhouse gases. Shale will not comes under biofuel at all. Okay. And third generation, it is produced from microorganisms like algae. So this is carbon neutral. So in third generation we came up with this carbon neutrality, and we are producing this third generation biofuel by using algae. And this one is fourth generation. It is produced by using genetically engineered crops like GM crops, and they are carbon negative. Okay. So which generation that we have to use now to reduce emissions? We have to use third and fourth generation. So any doubts, anyone? Is it clear so far? Yes, tell me. Is it clear? Or do you have any doubts? Okay, so what is the significance of this Global Biofuel Alliance for India? And this point is very important from your mains. So at least you have to know 5 to 6 points regarding why this alliance which came up by India and what significance for India. So if you are having a partnership with Brazil and as well as US, India can get technology. Okay, India can get technology, so that will be helpful for progressive India towards this achieving of biofuel technology. And next one here is, it will be also helpful in achieving higher blending of petrol with ethanol. So as of now target is 20% by 2025 to 26, but here we achieved just only 10% of blending as of now. But even if you see countries like Brazil, so they already came up with 85% of blending. So we can get that technology. And next important point here is introduction of flex fuel vehicles. That means as of now, whatever the vehicles that we have or manufactured in India, they will be run on petrol and diesel. Okay, but we do not have that much technology to run vehicles which use this high amount of petrol which is blended with ethanol. That is more than 20%. So because of this, if you are having this alliance, we can get that technology from Brazil. And because of this, we can reduce emissions, and we can also contribute to savings of India's crude oil import bill also. And this one here is India at the center stage of global climate action. As you all know that India is showing big weather attitude in different organizations. So because of this, India need to take some steps to attain this climate change, and even to attain this carbon neutrality and net zero. So because of this, yes, India need to come up with this type of organizations or with this type of groupings. And next one here is promotion of biofuel exports. Today, Brazil, US and India, they contribute about 85% of production of ethanol. But here, if you see, exports are very less. So we can also increase exports. And this one is, we can decrease our dependence on other countries, because India is largely importing this crude oil from other countries. So that what happens, so if you are focusing on this increasing of biofuel generation, we can decrease our dependency on other countries, and we will be in a condition even to export to other countries, because lot of food wastage will be happening in India. And next one here is reduction of fiscal deficit and inflation. So inflation is nothing but increasing of price of goods and services. So whenever petrol and diesel prices increasing, what happen? Ultimately transportation cost will be increased. So because of increasing of transportation cost, and overall goods and service prices will be increased. So to control this inflation also, so this is one important measure that we can take. And this one is we can also increase employment opportunities in this biofuel sector because we are facing the problem called as unemployment. Correct? So these are some important things that you have to remember regarding this topic. Any doubts anyone? Is it clear? Yes, is it clear? Are you following? So in this way you have to read any article. So we don't want to take any only one-sided dimension here. So which is important from UPSC point of view, we will be picking out that things. Are you getting bored or are you feeling interesting? Are you getting new points? Okay, thank you, Sarita. Yes, now let us see the next article. So title says unified approach. So this article is talking about how can we address this type of Nipah virus cases. Because if one person got this virus means it will be easily transmitted because it is a communicable disease. So if you are not controlling that, it might lead to another pandemic. So because of this, yes, we need to control this Nipah virus transmission. So that we have to focus on even contact tracing. Ma'am, please extend this session for 2 to 3 hours. If I extend for the 2 to 3 hours, no one will be watching my analysis. Yes, now let us see here. So it is your work to do revision on the basic facts. So what happened? So recently we saw outbreak of this Nipah virus, which report in which state? In Kerala. And here in the first article of today's front page, we saw that 5 cases. Right? So because of this, now state government is very busy with setting up of control rooms to come up with tracing of contacts of those infected people, and even they are isolated, and sometimes we can also impose quarantine on these contacts. Okay, Anand. And here what happened is now the district has been put on high alert to prevent the further spread of this virus. Because of the spread of virus, it is causing impact on respiratory system and even neurological system. So because of this severe impact on respiratory and neurological system of body, that is leading to even death in extreme conditions. So mortality rate is also very high if you are infected with this Nipah virus, because there is no proper treatment and even there is no vaccine available to treat this Nipah virus. So here you can see this infographic. So what is Nipah virus that I collected from TOI, Times of India. So Nipah virus infection, it is a new emerging zoonosis. So zoonosis is nothing but the disease which is transmitted from animals to humans, and that causes severe disease both in animals and humans. So this Nipah virus first identified in 1998 during outbreak in Malaysia. And fruit bats, so these are very big bats. So normally you can see this big flying bats or fruit bats during the night time. Okay, and they are natural host of this Nipah virus. And how it got transmitted is, so we have host, that is fruit bats. So if any person who is consuming the fruits eaten by these infected birds and infected bats, and even humans, they will be consuming these bats also. And whenever these bats are coming in contact with other animals, so even domesticated animals will be also get this Nipah virus. And after once humans, they will be coming in contact with domestic animals or coming in contact with the patients, then there will be the easy transmission of this Nipah virus is seen. Okay. So this is about this infection, and here you have to see what are the signs and symptoms and treatment regarding this Nipah virus. Already we discussed in our yesterday's lecture. Is it clear? Yes, because of agricultural practices, we are coming in contact with animals. Yes. And now let us see something interesting. What is the impact of Nipah virus? So if you're talking about spread of this Nipah virus, so Nipah virus outbreaks occur in several countries, not only in India, especially in Southeast Asia, South Asia, including Malaysia, Singapore, Bangladesh, India. So there are number of times outbreaks that had been occurred. There is no limited geography where we can see these outbreaks, and even there is a high case fatality rates. So here fatality rates is about 40% to 100% because of severity, and there is no proper infrastructure in the affected regions. So because of this, the fatality rate here is 40% to 100%. Still I am confusion with communicable and non-communicable disease. So communicable means communicable, non-communicable. So communicable means nothing but whenever any person who had disease coming in contact with another, like talking, shaking hands, singing or coughing or sneezing, whenever they have hug. So what happened, whenever they are coming in contact, there will be the passing of that disease causing organism from one person to another person. That comes in the communicable disease. For example, coronavirus, Nipah virus, etc. And even you can see like chicken pox, it's also communicable disease. But non-communicable means even if you are coming in contact, even you are coming up with contact also, there will be no transmission of disease. If you are talking, if you are shaking hands, if you are having hug, if you are sharing the things like exchanging of clothes, so there will be no transmission of disease. For example, hypertension, diabetes mellitus, kidney disease, liver disease, brain damage, so like that. So those disease comes in a non-communicable disease. Okay, Kavi, is there any doubt now regarding communicable and non-communicable disease? Is it clear? Okay. So let us move on. And on healthcare systems also we have a lot of impact, because especially in some resource limited regions, in rural areas, they do not have proper infrastructure like intensive care units or presence of oxygen cylinders. So because of this, that will leads to lot of problem. And next one here is community impact. So because of this type of outbreaks, that will be causing fear, that will be causing panic in the affected communities, and even society will be eliminating them. Even society will be showing discrimination. So and so a person, he got that disease, so we should not talk with that family, right? So this thing which we can see in especially in rural areas. So because of this, from society point of view also, there will be lot of impact. And next important thing you have to see is, even there will be travel and trade restrictions will be happening. So as you all know that in this COVID-19 period, so we have shutting down of borders, right? So because of this, yes, we will be having impact on travel and trade restrictions. And even in agriculture, so for example, you might have come up with this images like culling of pigs. Culling means nothing but breaking neck to kill animals. So here culling of pigs which is seen if they are getting the disease like this Nipah virus or swine flu. And next one here is tourism will be also affected, because tourists, they will be not visiting those places. So it was evident during this COVID-19 period. And next one here is workforce. So here, because whenever the workforce who had been infected with this disease, then they will be become weak and they will be not able to do work. So because of this, overall productivity of the people will be decreased. Yes, killed people due to bird flu. Yes, still people using mask. Yes, because of fear of Nipah virus. And next one is how can we prevent? So we have to enhance our surveillance system. Okay, we have to enhance surveillance system, and here we have to focus on early case detection. So whenever we are finding the cases early, so that we can limit the contact of that so and so person with other person, so that we can limit the spreading of this disease. And this one here is we can take some control measures, okay, like quarantine and as well as isolation of infected individuals. That will be also helpful to some extent. And this one is we can focus on vaccine development, and government need to fund research and development regarding the new medicines to treat this Nipah virus. And we have to increase even accessibility and affordability of vaccine once developed. And we have to focus on even awareness of people, and we can focus on awareness programs, camps, etc. And we can focus on promoting the safe practices, like people need to be made aware that should not consume the fruits which are eaten by this bats, because there is a chance of getting infection. Yes, because of this disease, especially medical economy will going to boost. And we can also come up with one health approach, that is interdisciplinary collaboration. So we have to see both human health and animal health on the same lines. So we should not have a differentiation between human health and animal health, because there is an increased chance of this zoonotic diseases. And we can focus on understanding the virus, and we have to come up with a proper treatment plan. So this is about the thing that you have to remember regarding this Nipah virus. Are you getting the new points? No, it is not sufficient. Only class 11th NCRT. For your art and culture, you have to see even Nitin Singhania, and you have to focus on current affairs. Yes, we can give good treatment, but government is spending very less amount or budget on health. So it is a problem in India. So because of that, we are talking about universal basic health. So I want to give you one mains question, that is, what are the most significant socio-economic challenges that have emerged as a result of pandemic, and what strategies can societies implement to address these challenges as they navigate their way forward in the post-pandemic world? So how can you answer this question? So what is the structure? Any idea, anyone? Yes, very good, Kavya. So here try to write answer for this question. Yes, definition, examples of pandemic, okay. Introduction. In body you have to write about what are challenges, that's it. Yes, shall we move on? And next topic is protecting flood plains is the need of hour. So here you have to focus on the word, that is flood plains. So do you know meaning of flood plain? Anyone? Yes, you can write way forward in conclusion. So what is the meaning of flood plain? Flood in plains, not exactly. When river overflow, it deposits sediments, forms floodplain. Okay, very good, Anaga. Area besides river, very good, Anand. Yes, Kritika, very good. So now let us see this topic, and this topic is important from both your geography and even from your environment and ecology point of view. So here recently the data released by World Health Organization, which said that floods are increasing in frequency. There is increased frequency of occurrence of flood, and even intensity of flood has been increased. and we can see there is increased intensity of precipitation, that is rainfall also. So what are the reasons? The reason here is because of climate change. So because of climate change, there is increased frequency and there is increased intensity and even increased rainfall. So last year we studied that there was devastating floods in Pakistan that affected about 33 million people. And in 2013 floods in Uttarakhand and 2014 floods in Kashmir Valley and 2015 floods in Chennai and 2017 floods in Gujarat. So because of all these floods, they had negative impact on lives and livelihoods of the people. And even as per Geological Survey of India, over 40 million hectares, which is nearly about 12% of total land area of India, which is prone to floods. So this data is very important while you are writing any answer regarding floods. So if you want, you can make a screenshot, or once class is done, you can get the PDF and you can make the notes in your data book. And what are these floodplains? The floodplains are nothing but the lands which are adjacent to the both side of river. So for example, if this is the course of river, so they will be bringing sediments and these sediments will be deposited. So these will become your floodplains. So why these floodplains are very important? Because of whenever there is heavy rainfall, so there will be the increased water in these rivers, right? So there will be the overspilling, there will be the spilling of this water will be happened. Okay, there will be spilling of water, and this spilling of water or heavy or excess water, they will be absorbed by these floodplains. So the issue here is because of decreasing of floodplains, so there is increased impact of these floods. So this is the idea behind this article. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So author says that because of illegal construction in these floodplains, which reduces the capacity of rivers. So because of increased construction, what happened? There is decreased capacity of these rivers. Okay, because of this we can see there is a negative impact. Yes, Delhi flood is also because of overflowing floodplain. Very good. And this especially the case during the heavy rainfall when water flows down from upper catchment areas. Because of this, what happened? Floodplains are not at all now available because of construction activities. So because of this, it is resulting in flooding. Okay. And if you move on, the next one here is because of in wake of massive floods in 2013, National Green Tribunal virtually banned construction of buildings of 200 meters along the banks of river Ganga, and in 2015 directive, but attempts were made to bypass this. So even because of this massive floods, what happened? So even because of this massive floods in 2013, National Green Tribunal virtually banned construction of buildings which is 200 meters along the banks of river Ganga, but it has not been attempted properly. And this one is, what are the laws which are present in India? They are meant to protect the environment, but these laws are not properly implemented. And whenever central government is coming up with any policy, so that are not binding on the states. So because of this, so these are some important issues. Okay, is it clear so far? Okay, any doubt? So here you have to see what are the measures can be taken. So whenever writing answers regarding disaster management, you will be also writing about what are the causes. So one such a cause of increasing of floods here is because of decreasing of floodplains. No doubt, right? Yes, now let us move on. So I want to show this course, that is Geography Live course. So in this live course of geography, we are going to cover both Indian geography and world geography. So here we are going to cover both of this Indian geography and world geography within 60 hours. of live classes, and daily live classes will be conducted from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on weekdays. That is from Monday to Friday you will be having, and Saturday, Sunday you will be having holiday. And it covers each and every subtopic in your geography syllabus, and there will be one special session on the important keywords, and we are going to discuss from basic to advanced level. So if you have any doubt regarding geography, so even if you have zero knowledge regarding geography, so if you attend this live session, I will ensure that geography will be very clear and it will be very much interesting. And we are going to discuss previous questions and mains questions wherever the topic we are discussing. And every day after once class is done, you will be getting one daily mains question of that day's topic, and even prelims practice questions will be given to you every day. And if you are not attending that live class, so there will be recorded class will be provided, and this recorded class will be available for next only 15 days. So after 15 days, so those videos will be automatically get deleted. And next one is there will be doubt clearing and mentorship will be provided under this course. And even you can get notes of the classes. Okay, you can get the notes of this classes. And here we are going to give you offer, that is early bird offer for first 20 students. You can pay just 3,000. So after that, if you are 21 student, you have to pay 4,500 rupees for the same course. So try to join this course, and this course is going to be started from 20th September, and daily just 2 hours of classes, that is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And if you want to join this course, you can call me on this number, or you can text me on this number 8074765513. And this is a one important course, so where you are having previous practice and mains practice, and we are going to give you daily practice questions also along with the classes, so you can see this. Is there any installment? So please contact me, Kavi. For that we will be talking about that installment facility also. Okay, try to join this. It is very useful, and the classes will be taken by me only. So I am the geography and ethics faculty here. And next one is, as usual, we also have this mains answer writing course. So here we are focusing on answer writing skills. Here we are covering each and every subject of your GS. So if you are following the detailed schedule that we are giving, so you can complete your GS syllabus within 1 year. And the sessions will be fabulous. We will be having live classes, live discussions once in every week. Okay, so if you want, you can try to join this course, and the cost here is 8,200. is very minimum, and you can't get this price anywhere. It is a challenge. And here one more thing is, we are also providing installment facility for this answer writing course, so you can join this. So Kanya, you are asking about which course, mains or geography? So whenever you want, you can join this mains answer writing, but this geography you have to join before this 20th September or on this 20th September. Is it clear? Yeah, now let us see our Hindu paper. We did this first page, and in states page and city page there is nothing much important in our today's paper, so that you can directly move on to this editorial page. So in this editorial page, I discussed this topic which is regarding zoonotic disease, that is Nipah virus. I discussed this topic regarding biofuel sustainability, and there is one article regarding inflation. And in yesterday's lecture itself, we have the detailed discussion regarding this topic. Geography is going to be started from September 20. And next, in opinion page, I discussed about this topic regarding floodplains. And here you can see there is one article is important from this data point, that is the deadliest and strongest earthquake is recorded history. So here, because of this earthquake in Morocco, okay, earthquake in Morocco, this is in news. And here you have to see what are the reasons for this earthquake and different types of waves and what are the causes of this earthquake and how can we control this earthquake. Okay, so that thing that you have to see. And in this text and context, there is article regarding global stock take report. Already we had discussion regarding this global stock take. So because of that, I didn't took this for today's discussion. And if you move on in this news page, you can see this article, that is IAF chief takes delivery of first C-295 transport aircraft in Spain. Okay, so you have to see India-Spain relations here, and even you can see map of Spain. And next one is transfer of personal data under United Nations Treaty will be under domestic laws. So actually, if you see, there are a number of MNCs that had been established in different countries. So MNCs, they will be collecting data, right? And the data they collected, normally they will store either in that country or their own country. Okay, so because of this is we need a treaty to share the information. So here this says that according to United Nations Treaty, so we are going to share the personal information, and that personal information will be shared based on the country's domestic laws. So recently we came up with this Digital Personal Data Protection Act. So based on that we can get personal data. So this is that article. And here you can see 75 lakh more consumers to get LPG connections. So from this article point of view, you have to see one important scheme, that is PM Ujjwala scheme. Okay. Kritika, you are asking about doubt clearing sessions of geography or mains. So mains we will be having on Sunday and Saturday, and for geography we will be having classes from Monday to Friday. And next one is Russia and India discuss ways to boost maritime ties. And here you have to see one important concept, that is North Sea route. So already we discussed that North Sea route. So actually we are not going to have any doubt clearing sessions for this newspaper because we are continuing this live. Okay. In this live sessions only we will be discussing the doubts. And next one here is for sickle cell patients and an elusive disability certificate. So here you have to focus on this sickle cell disease. What is that? So what happens here is normally we have RBC, WBC and platelets in our blood. So this sickle cell disease is related to this RBC. Normally RBC will be in this disc shaped, but in this disease, so this RBC shape will be changed to sickle cell. Okay, sickle shaped. So because of this type of RBC cells are called as sickle cell, and this condition is called as sickle cell anemia. So because of this, what happened? So we can see there will be rupture of blood vessels, or there will be some damage to the blood vessels is seen because of this movement of this sickle cell blood cells in our body. Okay, I will take that also. I will be giving you the notification regarding this ethics class soon. And next one here is inclusion of African Union in G20 summit. It is a right step, says Magvinia. So actually you have to see what are the significance of including African Union in G20. Already we discussed that. And in this world page, you can see this article, that is Russia will help with North Korea's satellite plan. So again, we have to see here Quad. So in yesterday's lecture, we studied that expansion of Quad. So South Korea wants to be the member of Quad. And here you can see South Korea and North Korea are adversaries here. And now here Russia says that it is going to help this North Korea. And here in this Quad, who are the members? India is there, US is there, Japan and Australia. And here India and Russia, they are all weather friends. We are getting lot of things from Russia. But now here North Korea, which is adversary to US and South Korea. but Russia is helping that North Korea. So we have to see how this step of Russia is going to impact in Russia relations. Okay. So this is one important point you have to remember. Yes, that's all. So these are some important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I'm going to conclude. So students who want to join this mains answer writing course and geography course, please contact me on this number. So number here is 8074765513. You can contact me on Telegram and even on WhatsApp, or even you can make a direct call. So this is a WhatsApp number also. And one more thing here is, so if you have any doubts, so please post your doubts in the comment section so that in next class we are going to discuss that. So thank you so much for attending this class. And one more thing here is, if you got at least 10 new points after hearing this class, hit the like button and share this video to your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to Rathod's IAS.